can.
Hello guys.
Pretty sure those are bad
One
guys.
moment. I think I'm going to just take my master volume down to 0 for a moment. I've been wanting to make a tech guide for a little bit now. I've played Spider-Man quite a bit at this point. I do not have him to Lord yet, but I'm on Centurion. I've been playing him like a lot. So I'm just gonna show you guys all the like tech I know. So starting with the basics, you should definitely have easy swing off or automatic swing. Let me see what the setting is very quickly. So our setting is okay, so the setting is automatic swing. You want that off. I have hold the swing on so you don't have to press it multiple times to initiate the swing and to cancel it, of course. I use this. I feel like this is preference. I don't think it matters all that much. Hold the crawl on walls. I like just being able to hold and let go whenever. Even though it is still like it is a little weird. Like sometimes I'll just be wall crawling and I'm gonna let go, and like it works there, but sometimes it just doesn't. It's really strange. Okay, so those are the first things to get out of the way, and the reason why that's so important. Holy fuck. Okay, so those are the first things you want to get out of the way, and the reason why they're so important is because, well, of web zips. It's one of the most important techniques to figure out. You can B-hop off of them. It gives you a lot of versatility in your movement. So beforehand, all of your webs would go above you, like this, and like they're useful. It definitely has its uses, but if you're in a like closed environment, so let's say we're just like over here in this room. If I'm in here, I'm not gonna be able to swing out of here, really. It would be kind of difficult. I would have to like somehow like make sure I'm close enough to the wall that when I swing around, I fit through the door. You know, it's very inconvenient. So a web zip would just be shooting the floor and going directly to where I aimed, as long as it's within like range. Now, if you noticed, watch it one more time, there's an animation at the end. I cannot do anything during that animation. I was clicking W, A, S, and D. I'm going to attack, can't do anything. So, one of the most useful techs is, of course, his movement. You zip, and then you web shooter. So what I did was zip, web shooter. The sooner you web shoot out of the zip, is like watch, I'm gonna do it as soon as I start effectively. Killed my momentum. So you want to wait as long as you can, but before the animation starts. I actually want to test something. Whoa. Okay, so all right, hold on, let me turn on infinite abilities really quick. So you can actually cancel that animation even if you're in the middle of it, even though if I did anything other than that web shooter, it just wouldn't work. Maybe F? Okay, so F does cancel it as well. But you shouldn't really be trying to get into that animation anyways. So all you gotta know is web shooter to the location, and by the time you reach it, you web shooter, and then about at the same time or slightly after, you space. And that gives you a B-hop. I was not holding W. That entire time I was not holding W. I'm not holding W now. Look at that. Look at that movement. So effectively, all you need to do is web zip, web shooter, and then just every time you hit the floor, you jump. And it looks like this. With a good web zip, well timed, you get a lot of momentum and distance quickly. And this is also useful in closed areas. Let me show you, for example. So if I'm just in a little room and I gotta get out, I'm out. I fucked it up there, but let me try one more time. If I want to get out of this room, for example, I just web zip here, and I'm out. That is one of his most useful techniques. Another is, this is actually also fundamental, you want a second keybind for, oh, that's already there. Where is it? Get over here targeting. So there's a difference between get over here and get over here targeting. And that is, if you don't have a second keybind, how your E ability works is you will just snatch people and bring them to you unless they're marked in which case you will go to them. But if you have a different keybind for this this variation of the ability, for the different variation, even if they're marked, you can still do the snatch. Now, of course, you can't still go to them even if they're not marked. You have to mark them to then be able to do your second. So remember, have Spider-Man selected, and then look around for get over here targeting. That is a different ability to just get over here, because if you only have the one, then every time someone is marked, you're always going to go to them. As far as I remember, until I made my second keybind, that's all I could remember doing. Every single time I tried to click E, I would just like go to their location. Maybe I'm misremembering, because I didn't have that for very long. I saw another guy that told me to do that, and I did it, and it changed my gameplay forever. So yeah, this is very useful. I have it on scroll wheel down. It's completely preference. I think the video said put on scroll wheel down. It doesn't really matter, I think. And something I just did there is also an important tech. It's a little bit more niche because you probably will not be fighting a crap ton of tanks. All right, but whoops, I screwed it up there. All right, so let's just select Groot here. There's a tank buster combo that I saw in another video. Now it brings another tech into it recalls another tech and uses it. So if you jump and you web zip and cancel that, it'll treat you as if you had double jumped. So, and it actually does not. I'm gonna turn infinite abilities off. As long as I get the web shooter out quickly enough to start the web zip animation but cancel it before it expends the web zip, it won't expend the web zip. So, for example, even if this is like close to me, I did not actually use a web zip there. Now, if I mistime it, it will. You start the animation, immediately cancel it with a web shooter, and you get your down smash. And then you can, while in that animation, do a double jump, so you immediately do another down smash once that animation ends. So you can hit them with this, use an uppercut, do a double jump, and by the time that you've done both those down smashes, your uppercut will be back, so you can hit them with the web shooter and do that. Now, you're probably not going to be using this a crap ton. It is useful to know, at least in the sense of like how often you can actually incorporate your down smash. Like, that is a really useful tool to know, because the down smash does a lot of damage, especially with the web shooter. So you can just go and do this. Now, if you incorporate more web shooters into that mix, instead of just doing this, you could like do this. It will make that damage like a little less immediate, but it will add like lethality to it, of course. Another useful tech to know for Spidey is the web shooter, melee, web shooter, uppercut. Now, she's 275, so it wasn't a one-shot, and it can be difficult to land. I actually don't use it a lot, but it's just useful to know, have in your arsenal, be able to practice it, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure Invisible Woman's 250, so web shooter, melee, web shooter, uppercut. Never mind, she is 275. Wow, I'm picking everyone that is not 250. There's no way Storm is not 250, right? So boom, 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 boom. So what that looks like at full speed is it is a pretty quick kill, quite useful, but yeah, I don't know why I said but. There's not really much else to say. You just got to know when to use all of this. I'm going to turn on infinite abilities again. I'm going to come over here, and we are going to go Spidey, get the Venom, team up. Now, with the Venom team up, your lethality is insane. But it's usually for a single target, and you just gotta pray you're not playing against a good team, or your team is just better. You just got to be coordinated. It is very difficult. It's an uphill battle for Spidey. Bit of a Sisyphus grind, but I mean, if you're a good enough Spidey, you can make it. Like Necros is up there, but he probably doesn't take showers. So, but anyways, web shooter, get over here targeting, uppercut, boom, boom. What am I doing? My bad. It's I should have been. I meant to use the Venom team up. So what you do is I don't think I changed my keybind for the Venom team up, so I'm pretty sure it's C for everyone else as well. But just know it's web shooter, get over here, uppercut, C. It's an instant kill. Buck. Okay. In full speed, it looks like this. Just about. It should look like that on people that are 250, so it does not look like that for your Luna Snows, your invisible women, technically. So this will not pick off your Luna Snows. Now, a lot of the time, it can be difficult to land melees. Now, maybe that's just coming from me. I'm not saying I'm the best Spidey ever. Like, it can be pretty difficult, especially if they're like, if they are trying to get away from you. It is like, it's an uphill battle to like get up there and get a hit in. Now you can obviously like negate distance with a web zip, but a lot of the time that like, I mean, actually, that actually might be new, well, not new tech, but like useful tech. So, like I said before, web shooter cancels momentum. So, like if you want to cover a small distance quickly, if someone is just out of range, you could just technically just web zip and then close that distance really quick. But I mean, you've got to just like, you've got to know how to play Spidey to be able to do that. I think just have that this like subconscious decision making, just knowing how many web zips you have, because these things are not expendable. Let me show you the time limit or the cooldown. That is a pretty decent length for one web zip. So you just got to know when, how to use them. You can't be wasting them. There was a video I saw. This guy was just blowing them, blowing right through them. It was a Necros like reaction video. It hurt to watch. Hopefully that guy isn't doing it anymore though. He was looking for constructive criticism, so I'd assume he's not doing that anymore. Anyways, so I guess you could just do that, but yeah, it can be difficult to close distance on someone that's just far enough away that you can't actually get a melee attack on them, because there's going to be some kind of a lot of the time there's going to be overcorrection. You're going to go a little too far when they're just there because of that stupid animation, and if you try to cancel it, I mean, you could just do that to close that distance. I was kind of just thinking of this because whenever I think of doing that, I always think to B-hop, and I think it'll take a bit for me to get that out of my like subconscious like muscle memory kind of thing. I gotta make this not as reflexive if I actually do want to incorporate the web zip, cancel, but no B-hop just to cover a short distance like that. I'll see if I can incorporate that into fights, because I think that would actually be a decently useful tool, though somewhat risky just because you can only have 3 web zips at a time at most, and they don't come back all that quickly. It's his, I think, longest cooldown. No? Might not be. Though it can feel like it a lot of the time. Actually I haven't looked at it. I know his E actually is like quite a long cooldown, but because I can like assign a number to it, it feels like the one that I have to stare at to like for the fucking meter to go, it feels longer than one that I can be like, okay, in 8 seconds it'll be back. Anyways, I'm kind of going on a tangent a bit, so I think that is just about all the... Oh, no, it is not. It is not, my bad. There's also other means of killing tanks. A bit more situational. Oh. There are other means of killing. Hold on. I gotta. Hold up. Alright, did that a little late. Or, sorry, early. Other means of killing tanks. Now, there's a few ways to do this. I think that is probably the easiest way to get yourself moving in the direction. Cancel it with an uppercut, and because you're not stuck in an animation, so you can just kind of track them, and then you snatch them. Now, this is if you're, but you have to be in the proper position to do this, right? Like, I'm conveniently over here. Conveniently, I'm far enough away that I can track him for a while. So it can be kind of difficult to get environmental kills, especially as flashy as that. I do not expect to get a lot of those kinds of picks unless you're like fucking one above all. You're not getting picks like that, because I'm not getting picks like that most of the time. There's not one I can specifically recall, but there's a lot easier ones like, what is it? Hell's Heaven something base, the Hydra base. There's a section of the map where like it's very close to point, and it's just like a huge fucking gap, and all I gotta do on Spider-Man is just sit right behind that gap, peek out, snatch someone, pull them over. Especially if it's like some big fucking tank that has no mobility, like Groot or like Hulk once he's like in the air, because he doesn't have a double jump, so he's just cooked the moment I snatch him. And okay, so that's another thing. If you're snatching someone, always, if you can snatch with intention, like if you're confident enough to like not have to immediately click E to try to predict where people are going, and you're confident enough to just kind of wait it out, scope out like who you're gonna pick. If you're confident enough about just being able to click E on the person you want and snatching them over and not trying to predict when they're gonna walk up, then do your best to snatch someone with no mobility. Or someone that has mobility but on cooldown. So like if Strange just recently used his shift, oh, he's on the floor now? Okay, get over here. You're not going to be able to fly away for 15 seconds, so you're done. Like I said, people without mobility or shields to be able to protect them from the snatch. So like Hulk, he does have shields, but especially if he's off cooldown, you can easily snatch him. If he can't predict that you're going to do it, he's not likely going to shield at the exact moment that you decide to snatch him. Of course it's possible. Of course he might be in a fight, distracted, take damage, and then do it. But I mean, just pick your battles, and in that specific situation, you'll win quite a good portion of the time. Just because that's kind of Spider-Man's best situation against tanks. Okay, so yeah, you can, like I was saying, you can swing, uppercut, and then snatch, or you can actually just do the web zip, bunny hop thing, turn, and snatch. I don't find myself doing it a crap ton just because it's very situational. So it's really just based on if you're able to just do it in the moment rather than in the practice range. This isn't a great representation, but at least I know that I'm giving you guys to work with something to then improve upon. If you know what you can improve upon, then you can start improving upon it. It doesn't necessarily need to come from the best player ever. You just gotta know that it's something you can work on if you didn't already know that. And then I think incorporating your ultimate, because I just noticed it in the bottom right. There's a lot of CC in this game, especially from the greatest characters in it, like Luna Snow, for example. You will get CC'd a lot if you don't use your ultimate ability right. Even if you do use it right, a very good Luna Snow might even be able to stop you from making the play of the game. But to use it to the best of your ability, what you want to do is just start the combo and then end it with your ult. This is going to leave them on so little health that they might not be able to react to your ultimate with CC unless they were already responding with CC. So you want to come from the shadows. You don't want to make yourself... I mean, ideally, you want to make sure that they have no clue that you exist. Immediately hop in, boom, boom, ult. Dead. Now, of course, she had a little bit of damage on her already, so let's just see how much time she actually has to react from the initial web shooter. Say she doesn't see me. Boom, 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 boom. Ah, fuck. I forgot I didn't have my ult. Let me go grab that. Alright. Well, she's not dead. Let me fix that. Alright. I have my ult now. Hop in, boom, boom, dead. It's still, she still might be able to react to that, but it's a lot better than just hopping in, clicking Q, and hoping she doesn't right click in your direct, because you're also going to be very close to her. To land this ult, you need to be quite close. I'm not even hitting it right here. I wasn't even hitting it like right here. I'd have to be like right here. So you're going to be taking up her screen when you do this. She just needs to turn to you and click right click, and you will get CC'd out of it. She just needs to turn to you and right click, and you will be CC'd out of it. So you need to make sure. Wow, what just even happened there? You got to make sure that you, like, as much as you can, you got to make sure that you get this pick and don't lose your ultimate, because your ultimate is, like, quite strong. I think it is quite strong. There's definitely better ultimates in the game, but there's a lot of lethality if not handled properly, just like every other ultimate. His, quite a bit, just because you can be CC'd out of it. There are some ultimates that you just can't do anything against. Storm's ultimate, for example. The most you can do is counter ult for it. Otherwise, you're just dead. You're just going to die. A lot of shield. No CC ability. It's just a lose-lose. But I'm trying to think of literally anything else I could talk about. Flying targets are also a big thing. Not really. Actually, something I like to do a lot if I cannot get that hit. I think it's a point I forgot to make when I was talking about when people are just out of your range. Either you can obviously like do the web shooter cancel to close that distance really quickly, or you can just finish them off with your web shooters. Don't always think you have to like melee people to death. Your web shooters do like just fine damage as long as the person's already like about to die. Like that's easy. That's an easy pick. If I'm fighting against an Iron Man, half the time he's trying to get away from me. I'm never gonna land that finishing melee attack. He's gonna, by this point, he's like, oh shit, I gotta fly away, and then he's gonna do evasive maneuvers and try to get away from me. The best I can do to guarantee that pick is just shoot my web shooters at him. Now, a good Iron Man is probably gonna make that difficult. He's probably just gonna make himself really unpredictable to hit. But if you can catch him off guard enough, then you can probably still get that pick. Also, that's another cool thing. Make it difficult for people to catch you. If you web shooter them, you can zip to a different location and then get over here to them. Makes you a little difficult to track. You should definitely be trying to move a lot as Spidey. You got to work around your cooldowns too. So think in the same vein as your Black Panther, right? Unless if he has no cooldowns, you're not hopping into that fight. You will be dying. So you choose your battles. You dash in. You get your pick. Blah blah blah. I don't play Black Panther a lot. I know I was playing him poorly, but here I have like no cooldowns. I'm not engaging in this fight. There's no reason for me to, because I'm gonna get some damage. I'm gonna be the tickle monster. I'm gonna get a little bit of damage, and then I'm gonna have nothing to work with, and I'm just gonna have to W key in melee and hope they don't out DPS me by that point. So you hop in, boom, 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 boom. But I have nothing to work with now. Like, the most I could do is this at this point. Like, this isn't horrible. But you understand what I'm saying. In the same vein that Black Panther, like, exists, Spider-Man exists. You gotta work around these cooldowns. Alrighty, I think that is. Wait a minute. I think I probably have subconsciously like done it, but you can mark someone, web zip, uppercut, and like you can still get that damage in. Of course, not the getting over like the get over here targeting damage, like because obviously it does do damage. There's a kick there, so you do miss out on that damage, but you could do the web zip, hit him with the... Let me turn on cooldowns really quick. Let me pick him off. So what you could do... Oh, wow, that's goofy looking. You could go like this, uppercut, and then hit him with the web tracer, then just follow up. So you're making yourself very difficult to hit. As you can see, most players are not hitting me, and if they are, it's largely luck in this instance. I think that's the thing that Spider-Man is best at. Just not being hittable. That doesn't necessarily make him good, because in that same vein, Mr. Fantastic exists. He is virtually unkillable, but if he's not doing damage, then what's the point? If he's not getting picks, but he's not getting picked, what is really the point of picking this guy? You know what I mean? In that same vein, Spider-Man exists. So you just got to know how to play him before you start playing him. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. That's something you also got to be aware of. Just because you used get over here targeting does not always mean you are going to be landing it, unfortunately. Anything that really breaks line of sight, you just can't guarantee. I'm honestly not entirely sure how the snatch works. Sometimes you can be completely out of sight. There, it didn't pull him over, but like you can be like completely out of sight. So I guess it might just not pull up. I'm not entirely sure how that works, to be honest. But I think that is about it. I hope this was useful to anybody watching. I tried going over literally everything, which is why this is just probably going to be a fairly long video. And I'm not sure if I'm going to like edit this or just throw this on YouTube. So sorry if this kind of felt like a slog or a slog to get through, or just long or inconvenient. Sorry about that. But I hope this was useful to any aspiring Spider-Man 0 and 27's lore accurate Spider-Men thinking that they are Necros. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Subscribe if you want more content like this. I don't post regularly, but I've always enjoyed this. I've always enjoyed YouTube. It's actually so depressing. I wish I had that. I love that. I love doing that in the practice range. It's a lot easier to hit in the practice range too, as it should be. Anyways, yeah, just let me know if you guys want to see more content like this. My computer is not the highest quality, if you couldn't tell by the visuals and the frame rate in the top right. And this is the practice range, mind you. In regular games, this can go down to like 30 to 60. It's very unfortunate to have to play with. So I've been wanting to stream this. I've been wanting to like record this. I'm not sure how they'll impact performance and if I can even manage it. I will see if I can, but just don't expect anything. I think I will post occasionally, and just about kind of random stuff. Nothing fixed, I don't think. Not unless like there's a reason to like fully dedicate myself towards a specific topic or interest. But yeah, hope y'all are doing well, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys want to see in the comments, I guess, if you want to see more of this, and stay tuned. Might post more in the future. See you guys.